Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Flat Creek Outdoors. I'm Phil, and today we got a bunch of stuff to do around the property. Sun's just coming up. It is a chilly start here in middle October in Central Virginia. It is pretty out there, though. Look at all those nice fall colors. And I've got a couple things I got to do. Then we're going to get in the woods. I'm kind of just waiting for the sun to get up a little bit more. I know it looks brighter on camera than it really is. But in the next 15-20 minutes here, we'll be able to get in the woods and start cutting a little bit, do some firewood. I just picked up a couple weeks ago this old red truck, 1971 F100. We've actually got someone coming out to the property today to do a photo shoot with it. I'm charging $80 an hour for people to come out and do photo shoots on the property with the old red truck. And I've got a few of those lined up here in the next couple weeks, so that's awesome. Anyway, I went to go move it last night. Battery's dead, so I'm going to grab the battery charger, hook it up. So hopefully when they show up in a couple hours, this thing will be ready to rock and roll. Apparently the latch broke at some point, so they just pinned down the hood. Alright, so now we can grab the saws, head off into the woods. I've got a top of an oak that I'm going to go ahead and cut up. It's been down for like 2 years, should be dry or dry enough to split and sell within the next few weeks. So let's get after it. Here's that top. A lot of small stuff up at the very top. Down here we've got, I don't know, what is that, 8 inches or so? About as wide as my hand spread out. It's got a lot of fun guy all over it, so we'll see how good this is once we start cutting into it. I know there's some solid wood in the middle, but that punky stuff I want to cut off. I brought out the cobalt saw today. I'm going to use it with the perfect stick to measure my pieces, and then probably come back through, especially on the slightly thicker stuff, and cut it with my small steel. Got a little bit of wood in the truck. I'm going to get this split, but I've got a little bit of poplar out there next to the splitter that I've got to move out the way. But I'll show you. I'm almost out of wood for this season. And kind of what I'm trying to accomplish is just scrounge up any wood that's close to being dry from around the property. I've got a few sticks of maple and a few other things just kind of laying around here and there that I can probably pick up and split, and over the course of the next month or two they'll dry out and be ready to sell. They've all been cut since last spring, so they should have, you know, air dried in log form and should be able to turn them into firewood. But let me get this poplar cleaned up. We'll get splitting on this oak here, and then I'll show you the little bit of firewood I got left. Alright, so this little pile right here is what just came off of the splitter, and a lot of this stuff is just going to go in our personal burn pile. Unfortunately, it's a little too funky. It's not the kind of wood that I'm going to sell, but we'll take it, we'll use it. There's a few pieces in there that I'll be able to mix in once it dries out. But let me show you what I got left, because it isn't much. That little pile over there, the short stuff is dry, the long stuff beyond it is not. So I can't do anything with that until next year. I've got about 3/4 of a cord of oak here that is dry. I've got about a 1/4-ish of a cord, maybe a 1/3 there that's dry. And then I've got this little bit of maple, poplar, elm over here. And that's it. I am out of dry wood. So I shared with you guys on a previous video about some of the wood I've tried to buy to resell, and I'm kind of throwing in the towel on that for the season. I'm not going to get in anymore. I think I mentioned before I was going to try to get a couple cords in, but I'm just going to give up. It's time for us to start transitioning to prep for Christmas season anyway, because you know, on the Christmas tree farm here, we're going to be getting busy with that here real soon in November. So if I had more dry wood, I'm sure I'd be able to sell it, but this is going to kind of wrap us up. I've got a commercial account that wants a half cord every few weeks. So I need to kind of reserve some for them, and then I've got a bunch of maple logs down, I don't know, 6 or 8 maple logs down around the property that I can split up and it'll dry out within a month or two. It's already been cut since springtime, so that'll be fine. On another video, we're gonna get back in the woods and hunt down some more logs. There's a couple trees that I took down, it had to have been last spring. So I know that there's some good wood back in there. It's not going to be ready for this season. There might be a little bit of the top that's dried out, but the good wood is just additional logs that I'll be able to split up and stack and get seasoned in for next year. So that's what's happening. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.